Hey guys, this is Jimmy from Primer Is Best. We have a kerosene heater at our home. Some of y'all might be saying, well, Jimmy, I know for sure if you've been watching this channel, I know for sure you got central heat and air. Yes, we do have central heat and air, but our power goes out a lot here. It's going to get down to 13, maybe even colder than that tonight with a wind chill factor of 1 degree. And they're already saying on the news that the power is likely to go out, which hopefully it won't. I pray that it doesn't. But if it does, I got an auxiliary heat from this kerosene heater. I've got to keep my water pipes from bursting and keep us warm in the house too. So I've had this kerosene heater for probably 35, 40 years, honestly, I guess. Mrs. PIB and I have been married 31 years, and I had it before we even met. So I've had it a long time. It's one of those, they got some it's totally round where the heat, goes, 360 degrees.
This round one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The heat just goes out with this one, and I like that because I don't want a kerosene heater personally in this house that the heat goes all the way around. I just want it to sit right here, away from everything. And I've already cleaned the wick. It should be in good shape. The tank for the kerosene is right here. I've already got it filled up. It should last. Whenever I start the kerosene heater, this one, and I've got 2 more, by the way, just like this one, or real close to it. I normally look at the clock when I start it, and I picture 12-hour. Whenever 12 hours is up, I go to check the tank and see.
The tank lasts about 12 hours. Pull out that tank so they can see. This is a how-to for somebody that's wanting to know how to light a heater, kerosene heater.
There's the tank. It's got a little indicator when it goes into the kerosene heater, and it'll show red or whatever whenever it's starting to get low. But I just go on the time, 12 hours. Now it'll go a little past 12 hours, but when I see it's been 12 hours since I've checked on this tank, then I go check it. It just goes in one way, just like that. So you can't really mess that up. Here's how I start it. Now it's got a provision. I've got a bad knee, so it takes me a minute to get down. I keep this thing extremely clean. No dust, no dirt, and I keep everything really clean. Here's how you adjust the wick. This comes out. This is how you adjust the wick. I'm running my finger through it. It's real pliable. It's good. So let's put this on here.
So the wick's all the way down?
The wick is all the way down. I've got this sitting on here, and I'm gonna start it. Okay. Now it's got a provision here, like I said, that you can ignite it with batteries in the back. There's this little piece right here will go into the wick and light it. I don't keep batteries in it. I just light it with this. So I'm going to show you how I do that. I'll lift this up just a little bit. I guess I should start this first, huh? There we go. And I'll light it in 2 or 3 different places, just like that. Now it's going to get smoky for just a little bit, but as you can see, it started. When it does that, I'm going to close this. I'll get it here in just a minute. Whenever somebody's looking at me, I get nervous.
It's making a noise.
Yeah, that's the kerosene. I'll show you how to adjust it as it warms up, per se. First, I got to get up.
I won't video that.
Okay, thanks. This kerosene heater and my other 2 have saved me I don't know how many times when the power goes out, like it'll go out 4 or 5 days, sometimes a week, depending on the weather conditions. If there's an ice storm, snowstorm, and the power lines break, the tree branches fall, the trees fall, and the utility company can't get up there to you for a while because they have other. We're kind of last on the list per se because, factories and stuff. The utility board gets more money from, folks that, like factories and stuff. If they go down, the utility board's losing a lot of money. So they get those. Those are the priorities. Where we live, we're kind of last on the list. So this comes in really handy. Let me put this up. Now hopefully, let's see what it looks like without. Let me turn this light off. Maybe you can see the flame a little bit better. Okay, our central heat and air is still on. We still have electricity, and hopefully we will without no power outage. But if it does happen, I've got backup heat right here to keep us warm and keep our water pipes from bursting. This is cheaper than fixing a busted water pipe. Trying to get somebody that, when you look on Facebook, you'll see of a lot of people, I've got a busted water line. Who can I call? Who can I call? I'm trying to prevent all that. It costs a little bit to run this, but to me, it's much cheaper than trying to get someone to come out here whenever they can to fix your water pipe, So you want to have water in your house. You want to open up your cabinet doors to your water, your sink, your bathroom. Just think of all the places that you use to get water, to get a bath or something. Let the water run, let
Trickle.
it drip or a real small steady stream. Just so long as the water is moving constantly, it won't freeze. And if the water freezes in your water pipe, it expands the metal. When the metal expands, and then the water starts running again, it's got a split in it, and then you've got a water problem. You've got a water break. Your pipe's broke. So I'm trying to explain this in terms that anybody can understand, even myself. So I'm not real smart myself, but I'm just showing you what we do. Now I'm going to give this just a few minutes, but you see that? Let me get over here so I can see. I've got a knee that is messed up, so it's kind of hard for me to see, but that's looking pretty good. Now to me, the flame is just a little bit high. I'm going to bring it down just a little. Not much. A little bit goes a long way. Okay, that seems to look pretty good so far. I'm going to let it sit there for a few minutes and see, how this goes, how it looks. But what I look for, this seems to be okay so far, but what I'm looking for is the blue flame. You see that blue flame there? Now, if I see yellow, where the flame, has yellow in it, then it's getting too much kerosene. It's not.
So then what do you do?
It's not being sufficient, and you're probably going to have a smell. So I have the option of either moving this back and forth in order to adjust my flame, or this, either one. It's kind of like fine tuning, if that makes any sense. And it probably doesn't, but I'm just showing you. See, it's looking real good. Every time I use this kerosene heater, when we're done with it, like it might be 3 or 4 or 5 days before we're done with this thing. The way the weather's going here in East Tennessee, we got a big storm coming. So, and I don't count on the utility board. I've learned my lessons. So when I'm done with this thing, I'll take the tank out. When I'm totally done and the storm is over and there's not much chance of the power going out, I'll take this tank out, and then I'll pick this up. It makes this a whole lot lighter. Now everybody's different. Do what you want to. I'm just telling you what I've do for 35 years. I'll pick this up and I'll set it outside on the porch and let it burn itself out. There'll still be some residue of kerosene down in here, even though I've pulled the tank out. It will absorb the rest of the kerosene that's in there, and it'll go through the wick, and as it's burning, it will clean the contaminants in the wick. When I get done, when it's totally out, I mean, you can touch it, it's ice cold again. You know, I have an old toothbrush or something. I'll pull the wick all the way up, and I'll brush it just like you're brushing your dog's hair or a doll's hair, I guess. You know, I'll do the whole wick, clean it up. You know, any contaminants. Sometimes you feel like little bitty hard spots, kind of like a little bitty pea gravel, kind of. Get your fingers and just smash it. You know, and use your toothbrush and just kind of get the contaminants out. Clean this whole thing thoroughly. Fill up your tank again.
Clean it with what?
Huh?
Clean it with what?
Like I get glass cleaner or, you know, and paper towels. I'm a stickler.
Do you drench it?
Huh?
You just wipe it down.
I just wipe it down. I'm a stickler. I have respect for this thing. I want everything to be spotless. I don't want no problems. And my wife and I, when we run this thing, we'll sleep downstairs here. We have a 2-story home, if you didn't know it. We'll sleep downstairs here with this kerosene heater. And the good thing about this is, see, it's doing good. I thought maybe I might show y'all something, but it's really doing good. It's running perfect. I don't smell any smells, do you? Well, I mean, it is a kerosene heater.
Yeah, I smell kerosene.
Okay, well,
I have a bionic nose.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
My wife's sneezing. It's not because of the kerosene. It's
because
she sneezes.
sneezed.
Anyway, that's basically it. I mean, I can maybe show you more later, but it might be a few days before we continue this video. But I'll just show you what we're doing. But I mean, it's working great. It's got good heat. One good thing about this kerosene heater. Are you okay? One good thing about this kerosene heater is, see the top right here? You can put water, like a pan, a pot of water, you know, like you cook on the stove. And believe it or not, you can set a pot of water up there. You can cook on it. Or if you want more humidity, you know, in the air, you can put your water up there and it will get the water hot and you'll have steam. Yeah. So, I mean, there's but this kerosene heater right here, I've ate off of it. You know, I've made soup. There's a lot of things you can do with a kerosene heater. But you just have to be
in a pan. You don't use the.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you don't get a ramen what do you call it? Ramen noodles. Ramen noodles and tear the plastic off and set it up there in that styrofoam. You're going to make a terrible mistake. You have to be
cup of ramen.
Yeah, you have to act like this is a stove, because basically it's what it is. It's a stove. I mean, you're getting heat off of it, and see how orange it is all the way around through there. It's good. You know, I thought I was going to be able to show you.
Actually, it's showing up red on the picture, but it's actually orange. I don't know why it's showing.
That behind there is reflective, so it's whatever's on the other side of that. What is that? It's not aluminum. Anyway, it's coming out. It's making the heat come out this way. It's just, see on this side where my hand's at, there's no heat. Behind it, there's no heat. It's just right here. It's coming out this way. So we'll sleep down here tonight, and this kerosene heater, like I said, what's the name of this thing anyway? I don't know. Can you read that?
I zoomed in on it, but I don't.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. I've had it 35 years, maybe more than that. And this thing has saved me so many times. I always buy a bunch of kerosene beforehand, before winter sets in, just for that. So I'll see y'all in a little bit, I guess. Okay, guys, going to give a little bit more info on what I do with this kerosene heater. My wife and I, Mrs. PIB, we're considering going to bed. We're tired, and it's 25 degrees out there, and it's going to be down to about 13 tonight. With, as I said, with a wind chill of 1 degree. So this is what I do. You do this at your own risk. Your own risk, okay? But this is what I do. I take the tank out. I gently pull it out like that. Now there's plenty in it, but I want to make sure that it'll last at least 12 hours, if not more.
It'll stay burning.
Yeah, it'll stay burning, you know, like I said.
For a while.
Yeah. Plenty of time for me to fill this up. I've got some containers out in the garage. I'm going to fill it up using a funnel and a container till it gets full. And I'll bring it back and put it in. I'll show you that when I get back. Okay, guys, I got the tank filled. As I said, I know I've said this several times. After 12 hours, I go to checking it, but it'd probably actually go 14 hours, to be honest with you. So I've got the lid open. Remember, it just goes in one way. Here's the tricky part. You got to ease it in there, okay?
So
because
slow.
The pressure. That's it. So what is it? It's almost 9:30 now. So, about 9 o'clock in the morning, 9:30-ish, 9:45, whatever, I'll check this tank again. Add some more if we want to keep running it, which we will, because it's going to be cold all week. So we're good. I mean, ready for tonight. I'll show you what it looks like with the lights off. It's kind of pretty, I think. We don't have a fireplace or nothing. Let me turn off these lights. But we sleep down here just because this is going.
It makes a gurgling noise.
Yeah, it makes a gurgling noise. Every now and again, it's not constant, but it's kind of pretty. It's kind of like you got a fireplace.
And it's really good warm heat.
Yeah, it's warm heat. Like it's almost hot in here. Anyway, just thought I'd show you that. And is this the end of the video?
I don't.
Well, we might put some more to this video. Hang in there, guys. Okay, guys, it's a little bit after 9 o'clock. Hey, it's went up to 10 degrees.
Yeah, we were at 9 for a long time.
Yeah, we were at 9 for hours. As you can see, it's 81 degrees in here.
This heater makes it super warm.
Yeah, and I was going to tell you too, now different parts of the room, we're staying downstairs, remember, because we're running this thing. And we do have a fire extinguisher, just in case you want to keep one for your, just for safety.
Peace of mind.
Peace of mind. Okay, so I was going to tell you too, and I failed to mention it, but when you have a kerosene heater, you can't control the temperature of the heat that's coming out. It's just heat. So if you get too hot, now it says 81 in here, but it's actually very comfortable in here. Now, when you go down into the kitchen and stuff,
it's cool.
It's cooler. I mean, it's
73 warm. In the kitchen.
Yeah, I mean, there's a wide range of difference with the temperatures. I was going to tell you that I failed to mention, when you turn one of these on, or at least mine, you get what you get, and you don't pitch fit, as my wife says. So I was going to tell you that it's been 12 hours. I'm going to put some more kerosene in here. I'm going to finish my one more cup of coffee when I get back. Now there's still some in here, and I'll always close the lid just because I'm safety conscious.
So how much do you think is in there?
It's probably right there.
So from 9 o'clock last night till 9 o'clock now.
It's used this much. I'm guessing it's probably right in this area here down. But like I said, I just go on 12 hours when as I said, it's got this little thing here, but it's way down there. It's hard to see, and my knee's bad, and I just go by the hours. Every 12 hours, fill it up. So that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, I just want to tell you about the heat. You know, you get what you get.
It can't be adjusted.
Yeah, but we've left our water running upstairs and down here.
Trickled.
Yeah, trickled, you know, pretty good little stream because everybody's having busted water pipes and main water line breaks from the utility board. So just thought I'd tell you this a little bit, and I'll get back with you when we're done with this. I'll show you how we shut it off. See y'all in a bit.
He doesn't know I'm videoing him. It's freezing cold out there. If I was out there, I'd have to have a jacket and a scarf. My stomach's growling. I know this is probably boring to you. Takes a while to fill it up. I'd also have to have shoes on. Maybe boots and warm socks. Okay, I think he's got it. Okay. How much kerosene's in there? A gallon?
I don't know, I guess, or no, not quite a gallon, probably. I don't know. Half gallon, I guess. I don't know.
Don't ever drop that into the space. What was I supposed to mention?
I told my wife, Mrs. PIB, to mention how much kerosene is a gallon, and she made a little short video and never said nothing.
I thought you meant how much is in that container.
No, I'm wanting to mention to you, here in East Tennessee, where we get our kerosene, how much was it a gallon?
$5 and something. I don't know.
$5 and something a gallon, which is high. But as I said before, keep in mind, do you want a busted water pipe? And if your power goes out, do you want heat? So this is my backup. If the power went out right now, I'm still going to be warm, and my pipes, which are underneath the floor, should be warm because I've got this place pretty warm. I mean, and it's comfortable, really. So thought I'd mention that. I mean, you got to weigh your options. You want to take a chance of a busted water line, or do you want to stay warm and, you know, hopefully nothing breaks, hopefully, you know. Anyway, I thought I'd mention that.
So right now we're at maybe $5 for 24 hours? 12
Well,
hours?
let's just,
12 hours.
yeah, let's just say, we'll say 10. I'd rather go high because I already had it full before I started the video, so we'll say that.
Okay.
Good morning, guys. This is Jimmy. My wife, Mrs. PIB's manning the camera. We've been running this kerosene heater for 4 days. Actually, we've been running it near about 2 weeks. We live in East Tennessee. I don't know what I've said last, but we ain't had nothing but cold weather, and 9 degrees and colder. So today I've got physical therapy. Of course, I'm not leaving this on. I haven't left the house in a week myself. It's been a week as of today. So I've already took the tank out. Y'all seen me do that before. I took the tank out. I've filled it back up, and I'm letting the remaining kerosene burn off. I'm going to let it completely burn up all the kerosene in here, and when it's good and cold, you know, when the kerosene's all done, it don't have no fuel, so the flame will die. But before then, it gets to a point it kind of stinks a little bit, you know, because it's burning off the contaminants and stuff. So I'm going to set this thing outside, and we're going to let it sit outside, and I don't know, maybe a couple of hours or less. I never have really timed that, but it will completely use up all the kerosene that's left in the heater itself. So we'll when we get done doing that and it's completely cool and I get back from physical therapy, I'll show you how I clean it the best I can. Like I said, I've been doing this for 35 years, give or take.
What if you had to turn it off quickly?
Oh, you can. Yeah, you can turn it off completely.
How do you do that?
Right there. That knob. It's got a little spot there too, that little orange thing.
So if you don't want to wait till it burns down to nothing, then you can turn it off.
Yeah, but every time I use it, like for days and days and days, I always clean it. You know, let it clean itself. That's what it's doing. It's going to be cleaning itself. And then I'll finish cleaning it with a toothbrush. I'll show you all that later. But anyway, just showing you what we're doing now.
I just want to say one thing. I'm sensitive to smells, and I cannot smell the kerosene. I know I'm not nose blind to it. It's just this thing burns, and it's not got a strong kerosene scent.
Yeah. And like I said, where we live, our power goes out. You never know. I mean, I'm surprised it hadn't went out. We've been praying every day that the Lord would keep our power on, lights, and everything else. So we've been really blessed because normally it goes out. So this is our backup. This is our friend in the wintertime. If our power goes out, we've got this. So I'll see y'all in a few minutes, guys. Okay, guys. This thing has been out of kerosene for hours. We've left the house and we're just now getting back. My wife and myself went to my PT therapy, physical therapy, and so here's what I'm doing. The gas tank is full. I don't have it in here yet. It's completely bone dry. It ran until it ran out of kerosene. So what I do, let me set this over here out of the way. This house that we have is upside down, meaning in disarray because of all the stuff that I use for my exercises for PT. Now see how white that is? The wick, this is the wick. See how white? It's cleaned itself, but there's still some spots in here that are kind of blackish. I've got this toothbrush and this paper towel, and I'm gonna, you okay?
Yeah.
Anyway, what I like to do first is just kind of go along like this, and if I feel anything hard, I just kind of pinch it, you know, if I feel any. But as you can see, it's pretty clean, isn't it? I mean, it's pliable, it's clean. I just kind of go through here, and if I feel anything hard, you know, like a little, I don't know how to describe it, little clump, yeah, then I pinch it with my fingers, but actually this is pretty clean. Normally you clean these things about, I don't know, every 3 or 4 times of use. As I said, we've been using this for 4 days straight, day and night. So I get this toothbrush and I go like this. This is what I do. Do whatever you want to do on your kerosene heater. I'm just telling you what I do.
At your own risk.
Yeah, at your own risk. Kind of like brushing your teeth. There's probably a light on that phone if you want to turn it on. Then Then, when I get it standing back up again, I go the opposite way. I'm just cleaning any contaminants, anything like that. I'm real particular with a kerosene heater because I have a deep respect for it. I don't want anything to malfunction or anything like that. And so far, I've been pretty blessed to not have any incidents per se. So that's pretty clean. I didn't feel any contaminants or anything. But like I said, I cleaned this the last time, so I expected it to be pretty clean. I get my paper towel, I clean everything. The best of my ability, just cleaning it.
Can you leave the wick down?
Yes, I leave the wick down. I'm fixing to put the tank back in it. The full tank, it's reloaded again for kerosene. The kerosene will come down from the tank to the bottom to the wick, and the wick will absorb the kerosene. And you know, I don't know how long it takes. I'm going to say, I always err on the side of caution, so I'll say 2 hours. It doesn't take that long, but you know, I'm a nut for being thorough, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, that's pretty clean. Yeah, that's good. So anyway, I got it clean. And you want to make sure this part back here stays clean because that's your reflector, and it will reflect the heat from behind here back out to the front. And it keeps heat from going to the back of the kerosene heater. So I mean, the heat is just all coming out this way. But you still don't want to put it against the wall or anything. You want to have a good wide open space so nothing catches on fire or melts or whatever. Just use common sense. You don't want to have anything rubber or a leather chair or something right up against this thing. You know, it will
Ignite.
Yeah, ignite, yeah. So, put this thing back in.
Do you do anything to that?
No. This is the part that you seen that stayed orange. Sitting there pretty as you please. Then I close this back. I've already cleaned this a bunch already, so. Well, any other time. If I wasn't on camera, I would have had it closed. What is wrong with me? I guess, there we go. I get shy, guys. I'm a shy guy. Yeah, anyway, there you go. I'm going to put the tank back in. I'm ready for the next use. I hope that this helps somebody. If you're thinking about getting a kerosene heater, get it at your own risk. I'm just showing you what my wife and I do, okay? Y'all have a blessed day. You're watching Primer is Best. My name's Jimmy, and that's my wife, Mrs. PIB. We're also on Facebook, Primer is Best, Instagram, Primer is Best. Got a second YouTube channel called Man on a Budget. I'm on Instagram, Man on a Budget 1, and Facebook, Man on a Budget. Y'all subscribe to both channels. You won't miss nothing. None of our shenanigans or none of this educational video. Okay.
Tutorial.
Tutorial, yeah. That's a big word for me. Tutorial. Oh my. Y'all have a blessed day. Thanks for watching, guys. My wife's a lot smarter than I am. Check in the next one. You won't miss nothing. Please give me a big old thumbs up, okay? Let me know what you think. See y'all later.